What is up, guys? This is Kyle from Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. I figured today I would also bring you a video basically describing the top 10 decks that I would like to see be played in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Rule 2020 April ban list, whatever. We all have different names for it, just go along with it. As you can see here, my first pick is Deities, a heavy combo based deck. If you saw my deck profile on it, that was my first ever video. Go check it out and just show some support and tell me what you guys want to see in future videos. Reason I picked DDD, it's as soon as the Master Rule 5 was announced, this deck is the most talked about, to where it spams the field with all forms of summoning mechanics, fusion, synchro, exceed, pendulum, and link. I still think the deck is good and not anywhere near dead. It's a combo deck, so the only real card it loses to is Ash Blossom and Nibiru, like all other combo decks do. That's the only downside to it, and it can brick sometimes, which I should know. I played it since it first came out with only G-Arc, but yeah, fun times. So anyway, I'm kind of biased towards all this, as you can tell, but let's continue on to the next one. And by the way, these are in no particular order. It's just the top 10 that I would like to personally see. Next up, we have Raptors, or generally Winged Beasts. Now that Lunalight is dead due to one of their cards being banned, I think it was Tiger, they really have no good plays anymore, to my knowledge. And the Winged Beast deck really needs a good rank 4 spam deck. And oh hey, what Raptor card was played in Lunalights? That's right, Forstrix. Forstrix is a generically good card. Nobody knows why on earth it was just a generic rank 4, but the reason I include Raptors is because generic rank 4 spam, and any combo to where you can summon 3 winged beast monsters, or sorry, 2 monsters to make, 3 winged beast monsters, such as Vanishing Lanius, summon Tribute to do the whole combo to eventually search Pain Lanius. Like that end board equals the Newsom Morgue, Sour Dragon, and Infinity, and either Barrier Statue, the Winds, Mist Valley, Apex, Avian. Like there's just such a good end board for all of it, and if you do it right, you can also get an Abyss Dweller. So if you do that combo, it's no special summoning except for Winds. Your Winged Beast can't be targeted. You have a free negation with Infinity, and no graveyards with Abyss Dweller. So going into a format to where it's a heavy combo based deck to where your only real out is Nibiru, I think Raid Raptors, or at least a Winged Beast rank 4 spam deck, is going to be very good, or at least see some play in Yu-Gi-Oh! But as we know, the virus is just not making this a good year for Yu-Gi-Oh! With all the events cancelled. Going on to the next list, I see Heroes. Heroes, Malicious to 2. Oh no, that card bounces back between 2 and 3 almost every single ban list. Heroes have always found a way to become relevant again and just be a good deck, period. Even with Malicious to 2, we still have plenty of good hero cards out there, and I've been playtesting Heroes my own. I honestly have never played them before, and I was just clicking buttons to see what on earth was going on. I made some pretty decent boards. It basically just ends with Dark Law, Plasma, and maybe another card on the field. But still, having Dark Law, even in this game, is still an amazing card. Heroes are good combo and OTK deck, so they know what they're doing. It's a generically good deck, and I have a hard time seeing that this deck will not be relevant. Moving on to the next one. Of course, Deepsea Diva gets support, which means Mermaid Atlanteans get more hype. Mermaid Atlanteans has, like, I've never piloted the deck myself, but I've always seen people do it. It looks tons of fun. It looks very combo oriented, and it's the same. It may be the same deck from many years ago, but it is still a fun deck to watch, a fun deck to play, and every single Mermaid player I've met is always a nice person. Like, the deck is always so splashable that it's just one of those decks that doesn't die due to really power. It just dies because people forget about it and it just becomes irrelevant in their minds. Because, like, Like, Mermails is such a good deck. But now that it is getting support, I want to see those Deepsea Diva prices go up, and I've been checking. Alright, on to the next list. As we all know, Solman Great. Solman Great is just a deck that won't die until Circle or Gazelle are just banned, because as we all know, it's the most fair meta deck. There's really no explanation for it. Good rank 3 spam, option deck, just Cyverse. It's not a bad deck at all. It's the most fair deck out of all competitive decks. Like, there's really nothing bad to say about it. Next up is Geist, or really any other deck that involves heavy back row like Subterra Guru control, or the Cyber Dragon deck that just really plays core and a bunch of traps. The reason I pick Geist is because it's very control heavy, in my opinion more control heavy than a few other decks, but the reason is just because it's a fun deck, and like there's so many ways to bully opponent with back row nowadays, because if you go first against combo decks, then they're going to flip all your cards and they're not going to have any fun, and then all your traps and Geist are going to trigger off each other. You're going to go off and just slowly beat them for game. Now, going back to Cyber Dragons, I have Cyber Dragons next on this list, because same reason as before, the trap version and the OTK version, because now that we're not restricted by link summoning, which is the best thing ever, you can just easily OTK with Cyber Dragons left and right. The only real downside of Cyber Dragon is all the anti-machine stuff like System Down, which could see play. It's hard to tell. But honestly, Cyber Dragons could be a really fun deck. It OTKs, it protects, it does whatever you want it to do. Like I said, the only downside is just the dang machine support. So yeah, that's the next one, or that's that one on the list. The next one is Pendulums / IDImon. IDImon, they can, okay, Konami, we realize Pendulum summoning was a mistake, and we understand you're trying to nerf it as much as possible, but you still make Pendulums too OP for a reason. Pendulums just won't die, and they never will die. IDImon is an amazing deck, and the fact that we have to play with spell counters again from many years ago is a great way to just introduce a deck. Because when you just picture a deck with spell counters, the only thing that comes to mind is Royal Magical Library for Exilia. Like, that's the only time spell counters are relevant. But now that IDImon has been a thing for a while, people are using spell counters in their combo plays. Like, they can try to hurt IDImon as much as they want, as long as you release more cards like that. I forget her name, but the Link 3 that basically replaces Electromite. Like, as long as you keep printing cards like that for Pendulums, then they're not going to die. Sorry, Konami. You made a mistake, so you're going to have to live with it. Next up is Dinosaurs, or Dinosaur Shaddolls, or really any variant of Dinosaurs at all. Ultimate Connector Tyranno and Soul Eating Oviraptor are amazing cards. We are apparently surprised on it, like, how on earth did Soul Eating Oviraptor not get banned on the ban list, or at least limited to one? Simple, because nobody expects it. Konami is full of interesting choices. Let's just say that. But if I think Dinosaurs are still an amazingly strong deck, with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno still being possibly the strongest boss monster in a structure deck. It's just hard to not give this place to Dinosaurs. But going on to the next list, as you probably saw, finally we have Shaddolls, or Dinosaur Shaddolls, Burning Abyss Shaddolls, Performer Palace or Performer Mage Shaddolls because of Trick Clown. Like, no matter what, or the fan favorite right now is Invoked Shaddolls. There is no deck to where Shaddolls will not be good. Shaddolls could easily just bring out Winda, maybe set a, or summon another construct. But literally, Shaddolls, ever since they got rid of construct to 1 and then brought it back to 3, Shaddolls are probably never going to be a tier 1 competitive deck again, but hey, we have Super Poly to go along with it. Like, Shaddolls, even back then when they were first released, they were incredible, and they were splashed around in many archetypes. Shaddoll Burning Abyss, my personal favorite. You know, I know the combos didn't work well together, but if anything, it's just an amazing deck. Fun to play, fun to pilot, fun to watch. Like, it's just an amazing deck. I can't really understand like why this deck took so long to get more support. It's always been a fan favorite along with Burning Abyss. Rips the Teller Knights for getting some support later afterwards, but not anything recent. So yeah, these are my sorry. So yeah, these are like my top 10 choices of decks to play during April 2020, because these all seem like fun decks to play, pilot, and each of them have their own competitive side or story to it. Because as we all know, like say Deities, they were competitive for like 2 weeks or 2 months until the ban list hit. Yeah, I'm still not salty about that at all, but you know. Raid Raptors have their 2-card lockout with Union Hanger. I recommend don't using Union Carrier to equip the Mist Valley Bird or the Buster Whelp that locks you out of the extra deck. Just play a regular Raid Raptors or Wing Beasts. The only real thing you need to summon is the Mist Barrier. Dark Law is Dark Law. Mermails are incredible at popping cards and summoning big monsters. Solman great. As we all said, the fairest competitive deck of all time. Ultra Geist back row. Cyber Dragon OTK. Idiamon with Pendulums. Never gonna die. Dinosaurs never gonna go extinct, and Shaddoll is coming back to being a fan favorite archetype to play again. So yeah, that's my choices for the top 10 decks below. Comment down below what you think would be a good deck to play during this format. What decks are you playing this format? And just comment down below what other videos you want me to do. I'll happily read all the comments. Thanks for watching.